Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel Mechanical Design Adda. In this video, we will cover the Creo interface. So this one is the first page while opening the Creo. So in that, you have new, open, and working directory like this. In that working directory is very important before going to start the work. So working directory generally used to save our data in a particular folder. So that I am selecting here working directory. So click on working directory and select the required folder where you want to save the work. The version of the Creo is provided by PTC, that is Parametric Technology Corporation. So previously we have a Pro-E, that is Pro Engineers. After that the latest technology is adopted in Creo. The Creo is a higher end software. When we call it as a higher end software, the software in which CAD and analysis and manufacturing services are provided, the software is called as higher end software. The Creo is a higher end software. So next one is a working directory. So as already said, the working directory is used to save our data in a particular folder. The next one is erase not display. Erase not display is used to clear the in session work. See some example so that we can understand how erase not display work. So go to new part and here use default template uncheck and you use the required unit, that is I am using MMNS here, MMNS part solid. Say okay. So now here I am creating one part. Go to extrude, selecting plane, and I am randomly creating one feature here and say okay. So I'm saving my file here. Save and close the file. Save and close the file. So I have closed the file, but in background the part is running. So in session you can check. So here part is in background, the part is open. So for that, to clear the background space or to clear the in session work, we need erase not display. So by clicking on erase not display, we can clear the background space. So in session you can see that here there is no part is in session is working. So in this way we can use the erase not display. Now see the another example where erase not display is used. So I am creating here new part again. So go to extrude and select the plane. Here I am creating one feature, or you can see that this one is a part. So I am selecting OK. Now if I close this file without saving, so my data will be lost. But with the help of erase not display, we can take back this part. So I have not erase not display, I have not click on erase not display. In session directly we can open this file because this part is running in background. So we can directly retrieve from the in session work. In this way we can use the erase not display to clear the in session work and to retrieve the unsaved work while working. So next one is open. So in open we can open the file, saved file, or we can open the different file such as IGS, DSF, step file, DXF file, and these are the number of files we can open directly in Creo. In a new, we have the number of modules like part module, assembly module, manufacturing, drawing, format, and the notebook like this. So in that, part assembly and drawings is very important. Now here, system appearance. In the system appearance, we can change the background color. So in this way, the background color is changed. So like this, as per your requirement, you can set the background color. Also, you can import the customized file for the background color. For that, you have to call the syscall file, and for that, import that file into this area and apply and say OK. Now we have a trail file here. So the trail file is used for retrieving the work if Creo is crash. Suppose while working Creo is crash, but our data will be lost. But we can retrieve that data by using play trail file. For that, we will create one video. In that, we will cover this play trail file. Next one, we have version history. Whenever we are saving work, the version of that file is created. Let's see some example. So on the right side, there is a working directory folder is there, and now here I am creating one part. I am giving name practice. Remove that, uncheck that use default template because it is defaultly it is in inches. So uncheck this mark so that we can use the required unit as per our requirement. So uncheck this one, say OK. Now use here MMNS part solid, that is millimeter Newton second, and say OK. Here extrude, I am creating one part. Now I am saving the part, save in that working directory and say OK. Now in that folder you can see that the first version is created. So, and I'm adding one more feature here, taking reference just by pressing right click button. Now I am second time I have saved this one. Now you can see that here second version of that file practice file is created. So adding one more feature here. So I have saved third time. So you can see that the third version of that file is created. In this way, if you save number of times, number of version is created. Now suppose if you want this feature, that is previous version, so for that close that model and say erase not display. This one is mandatory. So open, go to open, and here last version is showing, but if you go in tool and say all version, so now here number of version is showing In this way you can open the previous version. Now we have file extension like part modeling, that is .prt, assembly, that is .asm, and for the drawing, that is .drw. Extension file name is .drw. So for sheet metal and piping, there is .prt for both, and for sketch we have .sec. Now here you can see that, so here part file having .prt extension. Now we will discuss the part interface. So this one is the first page. If you open the part, this one is the navigator. So the navigator contain model tree, and this one is the drawing area, or you can say that working area, and this one is the display bar. So in that we have zoom fit, zoom out, repaint, display, and the view options are here, and view manager. Like this there are the options. Suppose the model is hidden somewhere like this, and I want to refit that model, that fit to the screen. For that the refit option is used. So here I am zooming here to particular area by dragging the mouse like this, so we can fit to the screen. Refit is used. Like zoom out is there, zoom in, zoom out option is there, so you can zoom fit here like this. So here repaint option is there. If suppose that selected entities and is showing somewhere, for that repaint is used for refresh purpose, like this. And now we have the model display style, like the shading, and the shading with edges, shading, and no hidden line, and the wireframe, like this. And the next one, we have the view manager. In the view manager we can take the section and create the simplified representation. We will discuss this one later. So this one is a perspective view. So like this the perspective is showing. So this one is a perspective view. Now here we have the hiding and unhiding the datums, like axis, point, plane. So these are the for hiding or unhiding purpose. So like this we can hide the all. Like suppose I am showing here axis only, here I am showing coordinate system only, so here I am showing only planes. Like this, for this purpose this one is very important while working in a large assembly, so that in large assembly we have number of planes. This one is the annotation display, used for GD&T nodes to hide and unhide purpose. The spin center, now the symbol is showing here like this. If you unselect the spin center, the model the rotation of that model having no control. So but if the spin center is activated, now if you rotate this model by pressing the middle click button or scroll button, so that the model is rotated about the spinning axis. So now the model have control, because the spinning about the spinning axis the model is rotating. You can see here at the graphics toolbar like this. Now the function of the mouse button we will discuss. So firstly the left mouse button. So here the left mouse button is used for the selection purpose, for the single selection or for the multiple selection purpose. For single selection, we have to press the left mouse button, and for the multiple selection, press the control key and select the required number of entities. So like that we will see some example. Now here I am pressing the left mouse button for the selection of these features and the entities like this. So now we have the for the multiple selection, as discussed, we need to press the and control key and select the atoms which one is required. So now here I am selecting, suppose this surface, by pressing the control key I am selecting this one. So for the multiple selection, we have to press control key and select the required surfaces entities like this. Now for the complete body selection or the chain selection of the surface, we need to press shift button and select the uh, chain or the surfaces. So that now here I am selecting edge. So by pressing shift button, it will show some option of selection like this selection or this one complete selection. Like this we can directly select. Now I am selecting here surface and pressing shift button. Here it will select complete body. I am selecting here for this one surface, so this one surface is excluded. Now this one surface we can include by pressing the control button like this. Now we have a right mouse button. The right mouse button is used for the query purpose or the option purpose. So here if I click right click on that feature, it will show some options. So for that purpose only the right mouse button is used. Suppose here I am editing this one feature, edit definition, go to placement and edit. So this one is the sketch. So here I am clicking on pressing right click, and here some commands and the options are showing. So this one, so we can use the right mouse button like this. So now we have the middle mouse button used for the rotating the component. The mouse button is used for rotating the component like this. By pressing the middle mouse button we can rotate the model like this. Pressing shift and pressing the middle mouse button we can pan this model like this. There are some important terms like features. Features are called as smallest building block like extrude, revolve, sweep, blend, hole. These all are the features. In model tree there are number of features like planes, like these are the features used to create the model. That parametric nature. The parametric in nature is nothing but the parent-child relationship. You can create the feature by taking the reference of the parent. Here I have deleted the extrude one. Now here it is showing that the highlighted feature will be deleted because the extrude 2.0 and sketch 1 is dependent on the extrude 1. Here it is, here you can see that here these are the child feature of the extrude 1. Extrude 1 is the parent for these. So like this the parent child relationship. So entities, the arc, line, circle, rectangle, points, CSYS, like these are the entities. We can call it as the entities. Regeneration. So updating part, assembly and drawing. If any changes did on the parent part and the feature, that is for the updating the part if any changes did on the parent. So this one is the solid block and this one is the surface. In solid having the mass, okay, and for the surface there is no mass. The solid feature are used for the simple model creation, and the surface modeling is used for the complicated model creation. So here you can see that the parent child relationship. Here the this part file is the parent for the assembly. If you delete the parent part or the feature, the child part or the feature is failed, because there are some dependency, or you have to delete this one. But if you delete the child, the parent will not affect it. Here some design process we will discuss. The design process consists of, firstly we will sketching, and the second one is converting that sketch into the feature or the part, and next one we need to do the assembly and analyzing that part and the assembly, and documenting the part and the assembly for the manufacturing purpose, and the manufacturing the final part and assembling the final part as per the design. Here this one is a ribbon. So this one is the ribbon, and here is the group area. These are the groups. So these are the tabs. In that, analysis, anode, tool, view, flexible modeling, that is application, like these in tabs. Okay, in model we have this one. This one is the quick access bar, and this one is the our dialog box. During the feature creation or the model, here dialog box will guide you. So this one is the filter bar, where you can filter the edge, geometry, plane, like this for the selection purpose. And here you can see that there is a model tree in which number of features contain, and now here is the layer tree. So in layer tree, whenever we are creating features or we are adding features, here in background layer, the number of features, each features creating its own layer in the in that groups, like this the axis groups is there, like the sketch group is there, like the number of surface groups is there, point, like this. Now here is the sketch one only. Suppose I added one sketch here, so this one is in background, running background. So this one, the sketch 2 also is added there. So in background it will create their own layer, so in a particular that group. So we will discuss the layer tree, because the layer tree is very important when we hide, when we display in drawing and in assembly, in model. So we will create one video particular on a layer tree, so we will discuss later. For hiding and unhiding the model tree, use show navigator. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. And for new updated video, please hit the bell icon.